So I want to talk a little bit about logistics for one of these multi-day hikes here in Germany, Switzerland area. So it starts off with sort of finding a trail that already exists. And I usually do that by searching on Google, actually, Komoot.com plus whatever topic. So I typed in Germany long distance trail and I found some kind of paid influencer where he, oh, we got a thorn. Come on. You must get paid to create like really well done, almost itineraries. So on the actual Komoot, there's a feature called collections. And you can sort by hiking and sort of by the region. And this guy had created this one with all 7 stages. And under each stage where the GPS is, and he described the trail. He described what buses, what trains, how to make it shorter. He said which hotels were nice to stay at that are directly on trail. Those kind of tips are invaluable. So anyway, from there, I kind of knew I only had 2 days and I wanted to pick the most exciting part. So the Rhine Falls was definitely that. And I just created my own, like one tour, and I adjusted the waypoints by dragging them. Once I found a dog-friendly hotel that was about halfway, I was actually able to save it and then go back in Komoot, and it asks you, most people would do this in 2 or 3 days. Do you want to make a multi-day tour? And I was like, hell yes. And so it broke it up into the 2 days with all the GPS that I had laid out. And the name of this trail was actually highlighted on the trail, on the map itself, inside Komoot. So it was really easy to kind of maneuver it around. And then I also searched for points of interest within Komoot. And if there was something cool, I included it on the route. And when it said for day 1, day 2, it asks you accommodation. So I just typed in the name of the hotel and it auto-populated it and rerouted me to the hotel and then back on the second day, which is super awesome. So I'll have this voice navigation that's going to tell me, you know, exact directions to the hotel and then back to the trail, which is pretty awesome. Very easy. It's gotten a lot better. I tried to do this years ago and the software was a lot more clunky. Now it's good. So I routed the end of it to the train station that I knew had a direct connection back to the hotel I stayed the first night. So I also picked that hotel because it was 600 meters and I just used Google Maps to figure out the train routes and the distances. So the hotel's 600 meters from the train station. Ideally, I would have got here earlier and put the car at the end of the trail, and that way at the end of the second day of hiking I could just jump in the car and go back home. But it was too late. Unfortunately, Ruby ate something she shouldn't have and was sick, so we had to wait a couple hours to make sure she was okay before we left. Anyhow, so that's that for logistics. Pretty easy. It's all just on my phone. And also the other thing, I use booking.com to look for hotels, but searching the pet friendly feature, and I never trust it because I was having a real hard time in the middle section. Ruby, come on, stay out of the river. To find a pet friendly hotel that's in these little tiny villages, because the middle section is really sparse. And I found some hotels on there. They said they're not pet friendly. And I did plan this yesterday for today, so it's a little last minute. But I just did a Google search, and they all, be careful, a lot of these Swiss and German, or the German names, the hotels are all the same. And so there's like 5 hotels in the country that have the same name. So just double check it's the right town. There's a Hotel Stern everywhere. But I just contacted or Googled them directly, and on their websites they accept dogs, but on booking.com they do not. And I find this to be quite frequent. So anyhow, I guess you could also look at Airbnbs and other platforms, but I was in a rush. Okay. All right, Rube, you ready? Let's go, let's go, let's go.